Hello there, thank you for joining me and welcome back to, what am I playing? Demolition and Build 3. Oh dear. Right, well, you wouldn't have seen the last episode because I decided not to publish it, but I took on this job. It's basically leveling this playing ground, and this has got to be the most trolling game in the world ever. So it gives you this level. This is the green you can see here. And you've got to make sure that the ground is level. I've got to 70% apparently, which means I've completed the job. But I just thought I'd share with you how difficult it was to do. Goodness me. So basically, I bought this skid steer, and I thought to myself quite simply, well, what I'll do is I'll just drive into the big pile of mound of uneven ground from the level and that'll be fine. But the problem is it kind of, it's like it trolls. It basically your skid steer goes up at an angle which then takes you out of level, which obviously then you start like digging in again when you come down the other side of the hill or such. So it starts getting to a point where you're just making massive holes everywhere, and it's very difficult to get it level. So what I've found is that if you drive forwards a little bit, you do this kind of like wiggle, you can manage to kind of push it levelish, and that's what I've been doing. And it's taken me, what, 2 hours now, I think, on this level alone, just to try and get to a point where I'm level. It's just come up and said I was 70% done so I can finish the job. But like I say, I wanted to share with you just some of the frustration of it, really. You can see that it's not very level. The green is obviously out to a certain point, but trying to get it completely level, like, it just wants to move everything the wrong way, if that makes sense. So I don't think this was the right tool for the job, but I don't have any other tools available to me unlocked, or no, that I can afford at the moment, should I say. So this was as good as it got, just basically doing this for an hour. So I've saved you that. The other thing obviously is because it's a laser level, you can see it over here. It's in the corner there. And at one point I hit it, which knocked it off of positioning, which was even worse because then I had to start all over again pretty much. Well, a new level. So yeah, so like I say, it's a good game, but it does troll you a bit, and these jobs aren't easy. I thought to myself, well, it would just be a simple case of just doing a little bit of groundworks here, and get it to a point where it's all done. But I mean, look at that. That's a huge amount of debris, and all I did was go left and right a couple of times. So yeah, so if you're going to buy the game, then watch out for it, because it does like to troll you a bit. So you know, it is doing it, and it probably is true to real life actually, but yeah, sometimes it just randomly piles stuff up for no good reason, and you end up sort of stuck. In fact, the episode you haven't seen, I was doing this, and I was just doing in straight lines initially, just trying to get it flat everywhere, but what happened was all of a sudden it piled up a load of stuff in front of me, and I ended up kind of up at an angle, and I couldn't get down again. Woof woof, says the dog. So yeah, so it's all been a bit, I don't know really, bit of a palaver, as they would say back in the old days. But yeah, it's like this little lump here is stopping the green from getting over there, and straight line edge you can see there is from the pole that's next to it, so I mean it is good. It's a good game. I'm enjoying it, but it's not great for recording. Oh dear. But like I say, it says I've done 70%, so I should really be able to finish now. And the completionist in me is saying I should finish it to 100%, but I've been doing this for 2 hours now. You see that? Look, moved slightly to the right and it created that bit there. But this is the best way I've found to do it, is you set your bucket level to 27 degrees. You can see it over here, 27 degrees. And I've got, I think the piston, the arm itself is as low down as it can possibly go. So it's just a case of basically, what I found was, like I say, it's just walking backwards and forwards in a kind of semicircular motion, knocking everything flat. But like I say, it's been a couple of hours now of me just doing this, and not great watching and really hard to commentate as such. But yeah, it's definitely a game that, yeah, it eats time. Anyway, right, let's get out. Let's see if we can finish. Don't know if it'll let me now. It does say hold. What does that mean? 70% of the marked area completed. Okay. Get an extra $200 if I make it 85%, and an extra $500 if I make it 100%. Is that worth doing? No, it's not worth doing. It's not worth doing at all. Can't get to the back of the vehicle. Why can't I get to the back of the vehicle? That's no good. Why can't I can't get out here to get to the back of the vehicle? Try this side. Okay. Right. Dun dun dun. Payment $3,000. Finished job. That'll do. Yep, I'm finished. I am done with that. Goodness, that was hard work. 50%. Okay. Well, that'll do. But yeah, I was just so frustrated with that one. That was hard work, that was. Oh dear. The coffee went cold and everything. Right, it's night time. Go and have a look, see what other jobs there are to do. It's all a bit dark. I'll turn the lights on. Yeah. Oh. Blink, 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 blink. Okay, let's have a look at the laptop. Account balance 7,000. That's terrible. Right, okay. Available jobs. It's the 12th of September apparently. And that needs 4 days left. Ground leveling. Oh no, really? Oh dear. Oh well, we can't not do it, can we? Really? Job manager, details, assign a tool, one of those. Start job on the next shift. Another ground leveling job. Oh dear. Right. Okay, so there's our level. See? This level here is kicking out this light, and we have to level that apparently. Okay. So we learnt a little bit from the last encounter. So first things first, let's get over there. Right. So what I did was I sort of parked in front of the level, and I put my bucket all the way down to the ground, which it is, and then I put this down to as far as down as it was level, which ended up being 27 degrees. This is 21. Maybe we try that. Okay. While we're here, we'll stick. Not sure how I'll do that. Stick our lights on. Can't do that. Lights. Apparently they're on. Okay. Right, so we then focus ourselves on the bucket. There's a big hole behind this, so we'll have to kind of push things in that direction. So what I found was if I drive into it and then do a kind of like zoop zoop, oh, this is a bit tougher ground. So yeah, if I do kind of like a back and forth motion, it kind of spreads it out. Oh dear, there's a building in the way. It's no good, is it? I'm not sure we've got the right angle on our bucket. Looks like we need to drop some in here as well. Down to 20, go down to 23 again, right the way down to the ground. Right, let's try again. Back and forth, back and forth. See if we can do this. So yeah, so what I found was you have to sort of get yourself into a level position, and then with your back and forth and side to side sort of motion, that green line eventually starts moving towards where you're going. Now in the last one I didn't need to get it into a certain place. I could leave places unlevel. See how we get on with this. But yeah, it's not a particularly easy job, this whole leveling. As you get your tracks in the wrong sort of orientation, you start to dig in. I'm not entirely sure I'm doing anything now. But you can see the laser line on the side of the track, and that's the level we want to be at. So it's just a case of trying to stay level with the tracks and then plodding along, really. So yeah, I do like the graphics. I mean, it's a bit janky in areas, I think. Not too sure, but I think what I did was the shadows are a bit... I've got high shadows on. See what happens. You see underneath, I can't really point, but underneath the hangover of the building, it's all a bit jaggedy. It runs smooth enough. I'm really getting... Not really getting level, are we? I need to push this whole lot towards that hole. Which is easier said than done, to be honest. Go up, there we go. So yeah, you would expect the soil to actually travel down the other side, really, into the hole, instead of just going up into a big point like that. I think that's just being me, a bit pedantic maybe. But you'd think if you're pushing a big, no, not a big machine, but if you're pushing a machine from one side, the soil would travel down the other. But it doesn't seem to do that, it just seems to poke up in randomness. Try not to get marooned on top of it, that might be helpful. But yeah, so I found this kind of backwards, forwards, sideways motion sort of smooths okay. Ideally I want all that stuff to go down in that hole. I'm not sure I'm going to be able to do that. I'm wondering whether I got the angle of the bucket correct. Maybe I should go down another degree. But it is a case of just sort of doing this really and hoping that it all works out. I didn't have a hole to fill in the last one, so I'm not sure how that's going to work out. See if we can work this line over a bit further by doing this left-righty thing. But it is a case of just sort of crawling forwards like this. And eventually you kind of get to a flat point. It's very strange. A green creeping over here or not? I think it is. Let's go dump our bucket. Can't see now, look. Can you see one? Yeah, I've been playing this for a couple of hours. You'd think I'd be able to work out which is forward and backward and left and right by now. Apparently I can't. Right, let's check our degrees again. We are... So we'll go with 24. And flat to the ground. There we go. Go back in the... There we go. Our line's certainly travelling along now, isn't it? Sounds like a train. Yeah, so it's a case of just sort of going backwards and forwards, backwards and forwards, and backwards and forwards, really. Without getting ourselves stuck in the hole. But like I say, if you did this kind of forwards a little bit and a little bit of a wiggle, I think that kind of helps make sure your tracks stay flat. But yeah, it's definitely a carry on as you're doing sort of thing. Anyway, right, I'll leave you. Well, I'm going to continue doing this and then I'll leave you. I'll be back with you when I've got a bit further and maybe even done some more. Doesn't look very flat, does it? The bit I'm on looks relatively flat, but it does go up a bit, doesn't it? Yeah. Right, okay. I will be back in a minute. Oh, well, apparently I've done 70% now. I'm not quite sure how I've done 70%, because it doesn't look like I've done 70% at all, but apparently I have. All I did was I just did as I said I was going to do, and I just went backwards and forwards and kind of poked it around a bit. I took some of the dirt that I had and I placed it in the hole. I'm left with this big mound. Oh, 70% dugout area is no longer complete. Oh, you mind out. Yeah, it's definitely a strange game. Yeah, it's good. I'm enjoying it. And this one's only taken me 26 minutes or so, because you're only gone for about 3 minutes. Or so I say, or you're on pause for 3 minutes. But yeah. Yes, it's fantastic. I love it, the graphics, I love it, the realism of it all, you know. It is a bit frustrating. You think you're doing well and then turns out you're not, you know, that kind of stuff. It's like the whole having to do the left righty bit with the skid steer. Mildly annoying, but I think that's true to life, isn't it? You know, these things are mundane and they are time consuming and all of that good stuff. But yeah, you can see over there on that mound there where the green line is, it's definitely not level, is it? Yeah, it's happy with it. But yeah, this whole mound here, very strange. I think the idea originally is to sort of dig it out and sort of put it in the hole, but I haven't done a very good job of that, have I? Backwards and forwards, backwards and forwards. So yeah, so I'm not going to get a lot of money for this job either. Mainly because I haven't done it. But yeah, certainly an interesting job. 70% of dugout area complete. Okay. Right, that's as good as it's getting. It's so funny. We'll grab that. Finished job. Confirm. We ain't getting any more than 3 stars, surely. 50% done. 3 stars. Yep. And 2 grand. Okay. I'm not going to complain about it. That's what it is. That was cool, that was. Hopefully you'll be doing a demolition type job soon. That'll be even more better, I think. Anyway, we will look at that in the next episode. So thank you ever so much for joining me. I really do appreciate it. Let me know in the comments what you think I should be doing differently, because that just seems really hard work. I don't know if anybody else is playing this game or not. If you are, then give us a shout. Let us know. But yeah, it's definitely good fun. I do like the old office. The office is lovely. Yeah, I'm not sure what the next job is. Oh, we've got this one. Debris cleanup. Oh, okay. I expect we could do that one. But we'll be doing that in the next episode. Okay, I will see you next time. Thanks a lot. Bye!